Well, it's important to understand that the Prime Minister is addressing the rally in West Bengal via phone.
बढ़े, आप सब भाई बहनों का सामर्थ्य बढ़े। मैं आपको एक उदाहरण देता हूं। कुछ समय पहले हमने जीएसटी का बचत उत्सव मनाया। देशवासियों को कम से कम कीमत में जरूरी सामान मिले, भाजपा सरकार ने सुनिश्चित किया। इससे दुर्गा पूजा के दौरान, अन्य त्योहारों के दौरान पश्चिम बंगाल के लोगों ने खूब खरीदी की। साथियों, हमारी सरकार यहां आधुनिक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पर भी काफी निवेश कर रही है। और जैसा मैंने पहले बताया, पश्चिम बंगाल को 2 बड़े हाईवे प्रोजेक्ट मिले हैं, जिससे क्षेत्र की कोलकाता और सिलीगुड़ी से कनेक्टिविटी और बेहतर होने वाली है। साथियों, आज देश तेज विकास चाहता है। आपने देखा है, पिछले महीने ही बिहार ने विकास के लिए फिर से एनडीए सरकार को प्रचंड जनादेश दिया है। बिहार में भाजपा एनडीए की प्रचंड विजय के बाद मैंने एक बात कही थी। मैंने कहा था, गंगा जी बिहार से बहते हुए ही बंगाल तक पहुंचती है। तो बिहार ने बंगाल में भाजपा की विजय का रास्ता भी बना दिया है। साथियों, बिहार ने जंगल राज को एक सूझने से, एक स्वर से नकार दिया है। 20 साल बाद भी भाजपा एनडीए को पहले से भी अधिक सीटें दी है। अब पश्चिम बंगाल में जो महाजंगल राज चल रहा है, उससे हमें मुक्ति पानी है। और इसलिए पश्चिम बंगाल कह रहा है, पश्चिम बंगाल का बच्चा बच्चा कह रहा है, पश्चिम बंगाल का हर गांव, हर शहर, हर गली, हर मोहल्ला कह रहा है, बाजते छाई बीजेपी ताई, बाजते छाई बीजेपी ताई। साथियों, मोदी आपके लिए बहुत कुछ करना चाहता है। पश्चिम बंगाल के विकास के लिए मोदी पूरी ताकत से अपने आप को समर्पित करके काम करना चाहता है। पश्चिम बंगाल के विकास के लिए न पैसे की कमी है, न इरादों की और न ही योजनाओं की। लेकिन यहां ऐसी सरकार है जो सिर्फ कट और कमीशन में लगी रहती है। आज भी पश्चिम बंगाल में विकास से जुड़े हजारों करोड़ रुपए के प्रोजेक्ट्स अटके हुए हैं। मैं आज बंगाल की महान जनता जनार्दन के सामने अपनी पीड़ा रखना चाहता हूं और मैं हृदय की गहराई से कहना चाहता हूं, आप सब को ध्यान में रखते हुए कहना चाहता हूं और मैं साफ साफ करना चाहता हूं, टीएमसी को मोदी का विरोध करना है, करे, 100 बार करे, 1000 बार करे। टीएमसी को बीजेपी का विरोध करना है, जमकर करे, बार बार करे, पूरी ताकत से करे। लेकिन बंगाल के मेरे भाइयों बहनों, मैं ये समझ नहीं पा रहा हूं कि पश्चिम बंगाल के विकास को क्यों रोका जा रहा है। और इसलिए मैं बार बार कहता हूं कि मोदी का विरोध भले करें, लेकिन बंगाल की जनता को दुखी न करे, उनको उनके अधिकारों से वंचित न करे, उनके सपनों को चूर चूर करने का पाप न करे। और इसलिए मैं पश्चिम बंगाल की प्रबुद्ध जनता से हाथ जोड़कर आग्रह कर रहा हूं, अब बीजेपी को मौका देकर देखिए। एक बार यहां बीजेपी की डबल इंजन सरकार बनाकर देखिए। देखिए हम कितनी तेजी से बंगाल का विकास करते हैं। साथियों, बीजेपी के ईमानदार प्रयास
Information coming in, you just heard the Prime Minister talk about, of course, the West Bengal elections that are slated to take place in the year 2026. It's important to understand that the Prime Minister is addressing the rally virtually. He is addressing the rally over the phone. He could not travel to, in fact, the area Nadia, given the fact that there were low visibility conditions. Let's also once again listen in to what the Prime Minister is saying.
आगे देखिए, गो बैक मोदी के नारे लगा रहे हैं, लेकिन गो बैक
Well, of course, the Prime Minister there hitting out at the TMC, saying that let the TMC impose Modi and BJP. He's gone on to say that he wants that the people of West Bengal must give the BJP and the NDA government a chance. He's also talked about how the BJP and the NDA government could make a double-engine government in West Bengal. Of course, he's also raked up the Bihar Assembly elections and has repeated his slogan again, saying that, of course, the road to Bihar, the road to, my apologies, West Bengal goes through, of course, Bihar. He's also said this in context of the river Ganga, saying that the Ganga flows from, of course, Bihar all the way to West Bengal. This, of course, is in context of the West Bengal Assembly elections. He's also said that the people, in fact, accepted the BJP's mandate when it came to Bihar and rejected Jungle Raj. Similarly, he's also said that the people of West Bengal must also do so. Let's also once again listen into what the Prime Minister is saying.
लाल झंडे वालों ने, लेफ्टिस्टों ने 30 साल तक त्रिपुरा को बर्बाद कर दिया था। त्रिपुरा की जनता ने हमें मौका दिया। हमने त्रिपुरा की जनता के सपनों के अनुरूप त्रिपुरा को आगे बढ़ाने का प्रयास किया। बंगाल में भी लाल झंडे वालों से मुक्ति मिली। आशा थी कि लेफ्ट वालों के जाने के बाद कुछ अच्छा होगा, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य से टीएमसी ने लेफ्ट वालों की जितनी बुराइयां थी, उन सारी बुराइयों को और उन सारे लोगों को भी अपने में समा लिया और इसलिए अनेक गुना बुराइयां बढ़ गई और उसी का परिणाम है कि त्रिपुरा तेज गति से बढ़ रहा है और बंगाल टीएमसी के कारण तेज गति से तबाह हो रहा है। साथियों, बंगाल को बीजेपी की एक ऐसी सरकार चाहिए जो डबल इंजन की गति से बंगाल के गौरव को फिर से लौटाने के लिए काम करे। मैं आपसे बीजेपी के विजन के बारे में विस्तार से बातें करूंगा। जब वहां खुद आऊंगा, जब आपके दर्शन करूंगा, आपके उत्साह और उमंग को नमन करूंगा, लेकिन आज मौसम ने कुछ कठिनाइयां पैदा की हैं और मैं उन नेताओं में से नहीं हूं कि मौसम की मुसीबत को भी मैं राजनीति के रंग से रंग दूं। पहले बहुत बार हुआ है, मैं जानता हूं कभी कभी मौसम परेशानी करता है, लेकिन मैं जल्द ही आपके बीच आऊंगा, बार बार आऊंगा, आपके उमंग उत्साह को नमन करूंगा। मैं आपके लिए, आपके सपनों को पूरा करने के लिए, बंगाल के उज्जवल भविष्य के लिए पूरी शक्ति के साथ कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर के आपके साथ काम करूंगा। आप सभी को मेरा बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Well, that was the Prime Minister, of course, addressing the rally in West Bengal virtually, where he could not make it owing to four conditions. Important to understand that this was the Prime Minister's rally. He's also, of course, launched a scathing attack when it comes to the TMC. In context of infiltrators, he's gone on to say that those who oppose, in fact, PM Modi will soon, of course, be demolished. Important information we're tracking at this hour is, of course, the Prime Minister has hit out at the TMC, saying that you can oppose Modi all you want, but do not snatch people's right. The Prime Minister has further also gone and talked about, of course, the misgovernance as per him that is prevailing in West Bengal. He's asked the people to give the BJP a chance and to allow a double-engine government to, of course, take shape in West Bengal. Well, on this, we have my colleague Shreyasi joining us on the broadcast. Shreyasi, of course, an important speech by the Prime Minister there. Of course, he would have liked to give this in person, but of course, owing to weather conditions, he was not present there. What, as per you, is the biggest takeaway from the Prime Minister's speech?
Well, the Prime Minister, of course, while addressing the rally gathering in Nadia, apologized profusely for not being there in person owing to the bad weather conditions. But at the same time, also said that he would be returning there to meet the people in person to give a longer list of the misgovernance under the Trinamool Congress rule. Now, the biggest takeaway, of course, today is the fact that the Prime Minister has said that while the BJP was given a chance in Tripura, the state has been developing since then, but somehow West Bengal has not been able to reach that development scale owing to the misgovernance of the Trinamool Congress. So the BJP there, and especially the Prime Minister, drawing parallels and giving examples of other Bengali-dominated states which have seen a left regime earlier and has been overturned by the BJP. So therefore, the Prime Minister addressing a short telephonic through his telephone audio, the gathering at Nadia, which had seen an overwhelming support by the people coming in from various districts as well as the residents of Nadia. They're trying to get a glimpse of the Prime Minister, but they have to wait a little longer.
Right, absolutely. And Shreyasi has also talked about infiltrators, and this argument about Ghuspetias is a long-standing argument of the BJP when it comes to West Bengal. So what sort of reactions do you think that this would, of course, evoke from the TMC?
Well, see, this entire issue of infiltrators has been the flashpoint between the Trinamool Congress and the BJP in the past as well. And knowing that the Nadia district is along the Indo-Bangladesh border, this is one allegation that the BJP has raised time and again against the Mamata Banerjee regime. But the Trinamool Congress has refused to take all these allegations lying low, saying that in fact it's the border security force that is in charge of the international border, and in case there is infiltration, the first person who should actually resign from his post for failing to protect the border is the Home Minister himself. So the Trinamool Congress has essentially transferred this blame on the BJP-led central government, saying that international border security comes under the Ministry of Home Affairs, and if there are infiltrators who are coming into the country in large numbers and settling down in West Bengal, then it is up to the central government to ensure that the borders are sealed in a proper manner. So we have seen the kind of political fight between the Trinamool Congress and
Shreyasi, I'm really sorry to interrupt you there. We actually have Riju Datta, who's the TMC spokesperson, joining us on the broadcast. Let's also try and get a reaction from him. Ma'am, I wish to understand from you, of course, important comments coming in from the Prime Minister there. What are your first thoughts on this?
See, the first thought is the Prime Minister couldn't even land in Tahirpur. So this is an act of God, number one. Number two, he is more than welcome in Bengal. It is the winter season, migratory birds are also coming in, so he is more than welcome to come in. But when he talks about Ghuspetias, how will Pradhan Mantri explain that in Gujarat, where BJP is in power for 25 years, the deleted names from the list is 73.7 lakhs, whereas in Bengal it is 58 lakhs. So according to his silly logic, there are more Ghuspetias and infiltrators in Gujarat than in Bengal. The Prime Minister should remember one thing, that he is not the Prime Minister of BJP, he is the Prime Minister of India, and he should talk and act accordingly. Whatever he is saying is nothing but a bunch of lies and the fake hopes that he and his party has given to crores of Matuas, Hindus who have come here in India as refugees. They will become stateless because neither they have documents, neither they will get citizenship through CAA. So all these hollow words will not affect, and Bengal will give him a befitting reply come 2026.
Right, and I also wish to understand from you, infiltrators has been a big, long-standing point of contention. It's been a point of argument between the BJP as well as the TMC. This has been something that has been a point of discussion time and again. And, the Prime Minister has yet again reiterated that it's the TMC that loves the infiltrators in the Ghuspetia. He's also gone on to say that it is the vote bank of the TMC, which is these people.
So again, like I said, 58 lakh names got deleted in Bengal, but 73.7 lakh names got deleted in Gujarat. So there are more illegal infiltrators as per SIR in Gujarat. And secondly, if there are so many infiltrators in Bengal, then what Narendra Modi should do is instantly sack his right-hand man, the incompetent Home Minister of India, Amit Shah. Because it is due to his incompetence that infiltrators are coming through our borders. Borders are not guarded by Trinamool Congress. Borders are guarded by BSF under the Home Department. And Home Minister is his buddy, Amit Shah. So he should sack him immediately. Otherwise, these fake, hollow narratives will not fly in Bengal.
Right, and I also wish to understand from you, the Prime Minister, among other BJP leaders, has time and again reiterated that it's in fact West Bengal that is suffering under TMC's rule. He's also in fact stated other states such as Tripura. He's given their example saying that, like other states, it's West Bengal too that should, of course, adopt the double-engine government. What are your thoughts on that?
We have one government, a single-engine government of Mamata Banerjee and Trinamool Congress. That was there in Bengal, that is there in Bengal, and it will be there in Bengal. The people of Bengal has no alternative to Mamata Banerjee because they believe in her and they love her and their emotions are attached to her. That is why she is very fondly called Didi. But BJP, with their divisive narrative, their communal politics, terming our mother tongue Bangla as Bangladeshi language, blocking Bengal's funds, not giving money to Bengal, the poor people of Bengal, attacking people of Bengal. Bengal have already decided, so Modi can come, Modi can go. Bengal will give their answer to BJP in 2026, and Mamata Banerjee in 2026 will take oath as for the fourth time as the Chief Minister of West Bengal.
Right, so I think I understand your point
you.
there. Thank you so much for speaking to NDTV and sharing your thoughts. Well, going to my colleague Manogya at this hour who joins us on the broadcast. Manogya, important statements by the Prime Minister there. What is your biggest takeaway from his speech?
Well, the Prime Minister categorically stated that you can oppose me, but that doesn't mean that you need to oppose my policies or the people of West Bengal, because even if the government of India is able to give more funds to the government of West Bengal, the performance and the deliverables will be added to the people of West Bengal, and that's the reason. So it's more to it than what meets the eye. It's not just about the policies or the vehement opposition that the government of India or BJP has been facing from Trinamool Congress, the state government of West Bengal, and the TMC government here on various issues. They have been at loggerheads in the past also. But today, this also seemed to be the bugle for in days to come for the battleground Bengal, where we see a very, very tough battle in days to come between Trinamool Congress and BJP, even as both the political parties fight it out. And the biggest star of BJP, the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, was supposed to be here. However, it got cancelled because of weather conditions. The fog could not and did not allow the chopper to land here in Tahirpur in Nadia district of West Bengal. Nadia district of West Bengal also has a very strong vote bank of the Matua voters. We're also in the surrounding districts, which means Nadia, Murshidabad and Malda. They also have a very, very strong presence of Matua voters, including perhaps Bardhaman also. But to give you an idea of the address that he was supposed to make here today physically was made virtually from Kolkata airport, where he was sitting, and the entire virtual conversation and the address happened online to the people of here in Nadia, who had gathered here since early morning. Even the weather conditions since past 2 days, it has been extremely sunny. But what you see today is the dip in the temperature, a dip in the entire weather conditions, and of course a lot of fog that made it very difficult for the chopper to land today. Just to give you an idea of the people that had gathered here, well, the crowd was swelling since morning, waiting to hear the Prime Minister, and now as all of them walk past by these by-lanes, only to go back home by hearing him online. They have heard him online multiple times, but they had gathered here to see him, and this would have been perhaps his first public rally before the impending West Bengal Assembly elections to address here and to be heard here would have been a different vibe. But today, with his political address being made online, things have been different. However, the momentum, the enthusiasm and the entire energy level of the people who had gathered here was absolutely different from what it has been for other political leaders in the state for BJP. Now, that also reflects the popularity Prime Minister Narendra Modi has in the people of West Bengal. Whether that would translate into votes in the days to come would be interesting to watch. Trinamool Congress, however, has maintained its own stand when it comes to this. And this, of course, weather condition compelling the chopper not to land is itself speaks volumes about the political turnout that you would see in days to come. As all political senior leaders of the state BJP had gathered here to be a part of the address, most of them are now returning back. And also to give you an idea of Matua vote bank, now, remember CAA has been a bone of contention between the state and the centre. With the CAA, people who had applied for CAA will not be able to vote. That was a condition raised by the Court of India. And also to give you an idea that what impact that would have, as both the governments, especially the central government, has been trying its level best and ensuring that people who had applied for CAA are able to be a part of the voting system too. An SIR issue was addressed by him and also very categorically stated that people who have been here, who have been living here, will be entitled to all the benefits that people in rest of the country have been. Thus, a blame game between the centre and the state continues, and I would say the loggerheads between BJP TMC is just going to get stronger.